Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, wanting to take a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats KX Security Droid from Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We're not quite ready for the game yet. It's still, next summer, 2023, something like that. But a couple of these Gaming Greats droids from the game are starting to crop up in stores. And they just announced the new Cal Kestis figure from the game. So we're probably going to be having a pretty decent amount of Survivor products at release, which is actually really kind of cool. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the review and take a look at what we're getting with this droid here. You guys know how it goes. We always start by taking a look at the packaging. This is your standard Black Series packaging now, the standard windowless packaging. You have your Black Series logo up top, above a render of the droid. I hate that. It's almost like false marketing. Show me the actual thing I'm buying. Give me a picture, not some CG render. Don't really care for the render. Got your Gaming Great sticker here that's been retained. Got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, KX Security Droid, Warning 4 Plus Hasbro plastic-free packaging. This side of the box features your wraparound picture of the KX Security Droid, looking sweet. This side of the box, something I do like about the plastic-free is instead of having the wraparound window, you actually get another render of the figure with his accessory, just kind of showing you what you get. Got Gaming Greats, you got plastic-free packaging down there. Around back, you get your Black Series logo, you got your droid. You have a bio about the droid, basically just talking about the security droids in general. Nothing really spoilery about the game. He's number 15 of the Gaming Greats lineup. Bunch of legalese, your Disney and Hasbro logos. Bottom has a barcode and more legalese. Top is just flat black with a hanger tab. So, nothing really to write home about here. Let's go ahead, get him out of the box, take a look at what we're getting here. So, here we have the KX Security Droid out of the package, and let's go ahead and start by taking a look at the accessories. So, he comes with the same staff that comes with the Jedi Fallen Order Scout Trooper. And I guess would also come with the Riot Scout Trooper that we haven't gotten yet, but is also a Jedi Survivor figure. So it is in a dark gray, almost black plastic. Looks really cool. Has that blue electric effect on the end. And it also manually telescopes. You just pull the tip out and the post slides out of the handle. So works really cool. The hands on this figure are not really molded for it. This is basically reuse of K2SO, like 95%. And his hands were always sculpted kind of just slack because he didn't come with accessories. I mean, it holds it well and it's not going anywhere, but it's very open-handedly grabbing it. But it is being held well. There's just a lot of gap in the hand around it, but as you can see, that was a lot of effort. It came off on camera, but I was shaking it pretty hard. So it holds the accessory rather well. There is always that fear when they just repaint, random droids and give them different accessories, it won't work. Because a lot of the times the hands are sculpted just to kind of work with what it's supposed to have. So I'm pretty happy on that. Then, this droid comes with this backpack where it's looks like two canisters of sorts. Little silver control pad there. It's got some red wires coming down with some black clips. Has a peg and then a rectangle peg. And this is where the new comes in on this body. It's the K2SO body, but to bring in one of the K2SOs, they've basically just retooled this back. The controls down here are different, and otherwise, I'm pretty sure they just retooled the back. The rest of the figure is basically the exact same. As you see, it has a round port and a rectangular port, so there's only one correct way to put this on. Then, the hoses have these black clamps, and one goes around the bicep, and the other down here goes on around the wrist. Now, these hoses are rubbery and flexible, but only to a degree. You get the figure standing there kind of neutral, it works out. You start articulating it, and I found there was several poses where this upper clip would come off, although now that I'm trying to show you it coming off, it seems to be there. It did just happen one time there. So, I don't know. It wouldn't really hold up to play. I think it will hold up to just being on general display, though. So, there is that. Let me bring the KX droid up like that. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite Star Wars droid designs. I've always kind of been infatuated with the design since K2SO. Just a very imposing presence. And we've technically never had this figure released as anything other than actual K2SO. Here, for a brief comparison, I'm going to drop in the original 2016 K2SO release. I do also have, he's in my cabinet, so I'm not bringing him out, the reissue for the Rogue One Galaxy packaging line. And all that they did there was darkened the plastic. They went from kind of this kind of dark gray to an almost black. This KX security droid is basically just jet black, like a matte kind of black though. So there's a little gloss to it, but it's not just straight black. It's on the grayer side of black, but it looks really good. So, and he doesn't have any of the weathering like K2SO has. Setting K2SO aside, let's look at what's going on here. I gotta say, for these reissues of droids, I do really like the repaints, and I feel like they've really gone above and beyond here. I like the red shoulder pad, but something I really like, and it's really making the sculpt pop. If you look at K2, there's a lot of little panel lines on the arms and stuff, and here on this figure, and it's probably game accurate, they've actually gone in with gray on some of those panel lines, and it really pops. I cannot emphasize how much I like how that looks. It's just a really aesthetically pleasing aspect to the figure. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say there. He has some really nice similar light gray coloring on the bands around the shoulder there, with little red accent circles in there. I really like what I'm looking at here. There's no wear on the figure. There's no scuffs like K2SO. This is a fresh off the assembly line model. The silver's done really nice on the joints. The clear pegs look good, as they always do on these K2 droids. Or KX droids, I'm sorry. I'm going to get hung up on that. I'm going to keep calling them K2, because that's the only one that I know. I really like the white going on in the eyes. It's just such a evil-looking droid. I mean, he's just menacing, but I really like this. There's just no soul. Those eyes are empty. But looks really good. There's a nice looking Imperial cog on that shoulder. This shoulder is no Imperial cog, just the red stripe going on. And just a really good looking figure. To run through our articulation, it's been a minute since we've had one of these to look at. He features a double ball neck. He can only look up that high, which is not anything to really write home about. I'm scared to push for more. You can kind of see in my original K2 here, there's a super glue ring on the neck. They were notorious for breaking. I haven't heard so much about the Galaxy packaging line having that issue, but I know the Redbox line had a lot of issues with that. So I don't know if they've changed their plastics or whatever, but I'm not gambling here. Anyway, he can look that far down, and of course he can get all the range in between. He can come up almost to a T-pose. The shoulder pads go into the torso there a little bit. 360 at the shoulder. This arm, of course, will be hindered on that because of the red hose. Features single jointed elbows and go to 90 and then rotate at the elbow. He also features a forearm rotation at the elbow and then a wrist rotation with in and out hinge on the wrist. It's kind of neat how you can keep the wrist static and the elbow static but still rotate the bicep, or the forearm there, I mean. Look at me, failing anatomy. Features a mid-torso ball joint, allowing him to crunch that far forward. So I pop the backpack off, but you can go that far back. You can get some side-to-side and rotation. Legs can't go that far. They can only go that far out. He can kick all the way up, though, and all the way back. There is a little bit of a rotation at the ball joint on the thigh. Single-jointed knees can go a little past 90. Rotate at the knee. Like the forearm, it can rotate at the bottom of the knee joint. And then there no ankle rotation, so you rotate the ankle by rotating the shin, and then the feet can point, and they can go like that, all the way forward like that, and there's a side-to-side hinge. So you can get them into some pretty decently crazy stances while keeping both feet flat on the floor, so gotta like that. To do some size comparisons, how about, because he drops in this assortment of figures anyway, the Jedi Survivor B1 Battle Droid. Haven't reviewed him yet, but you'll see that in a day or two. And then the deluxe Cal Kestis, also a Gaming Greats. And then just for our standard figure height comparison, here is our Mandalorian packaging Stormtrooper. So, as you see, he towers over everyone, as he should, because these KX droids are monsters. And I can't get the Stormtroopers in. There we go. So, yeah, these KX droids are kind of like monstrously big, and I love that. So, end of the day, what do I think of the KX security droid? I love it. There are some frustrations that I was finding after filming most of the review. You know, I always forget every time that I deal with any of these K2SO figures. They are incredibly top-heavy. I mean, think about it. The body is this block on these long, spindly legs with these long, spindly arms. All the weight is in that torso. And now we've put a big backpack on him, and we've given him a lightweight, but still plastic weight in general weapon. So, like, I could not get him to stand on the rotating stand to save my life. You might see around the feet there. I've cheated a little bit with a little bit of, like, that blue poster putty, which is my secret to keeping all the figures standing in the glass cabinets behind you. Or behind him. So, you know, I've cheated a little bit there. You definitely see it there under his feet. But, you know, I mean, I really like it. It's a great sculpt. It's held up well over the years. It's a good one to reuse. I like the retooling. I like the paint. I'm excited to fight these guys in Jedi Survivor. I mean, they were a pain. They were genuinely a little bit of a struggle in the first game. Where, I mean, it was like if you kept your distance and you hit them with some force attacks, you know, they were fine. But, you know, if they grabbed you, you were screwed. And now they're going to be able to block your lightsaber and strike back. So they're getting scarier with every game. So I'm excited for the game. I'm glad to have this figure in hand before the game. It's like a really nice teaser of it. And I think it's going to be a good time when the game comes out, just having all these figures ready to roll. So that's where I'm at. Thanks a bunch for watching. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, you should leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that end of video stuff. If you liked what you saw, you should keep checking back. I'm going to have more Gaming Greats reviews out soon. The Battle Droid, my Fixer and 13th Battalion Clone Troopers are going to be in store for pickup here in a couple of days. So lots of good stuff going on. Anyway, I'm going to get to work on some editing. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you. Bye.